In your first alert forecast, let's talk about the differences in kind of preparing for the day ahead this morning, packing the rain gear. Know that we're starting out in the low 70s, and you'll watch some clouds increase, which could go ahead and create more of an isolated shower storm even in the morning before the main line moves in. So now let's talk about that timeline. Again, more scattered clouds at 7 a.m. Notice around 7:30 we could have a couple storms bubbling up at the Tennessee-Kentucky line. Could have a couple storms on the North Plateau around 8. But then about 10 a.m. is when that main line starts to reach the plateau. So you can see that leading edge of very heavy rain starting to reach out into Cumberland, Fentress, and Wayne County. Meanwhile, the rest of the area is still heating up and still providing some storm fuel by the time this line moves in. So around 10:30, we've got this line of storms draped from Crossville through Morgan County, through Scott County and McCurry. By around 11:30, then we're reaching out into more of Roane, already cutting through Morgan, reaching out towards Anderson, Campbell to West Claiborne County, as well as Bell County. Again, these storm cells are what we'll be monitoring. That's where we could have more of an isolated damaging wind threat, some isolated flash flooding. Otherwise, this is a line of moderate to heavy rainfall with plenty of rumbles of thunder moving east around noon. So then there's that heating cut off. Knoxville to Maryville, for example, line of storms cutting across Loudoun and McMinn into West Knox, cutting across Anderson to Union to the eastern half of Claiborne County. By 1 o'clock, now we're lined up with the foothills from Madisonville to Maryville, coming into Sevier County and Jefferson and Hamblin out of Granger County by around 1:30, lined up with the foothills to the mountains. So it's now looking to kind of wrap up right as the kids are getting out of school in the valley, which definitely can be some good news, but wanted to give you a heads up. Slowing this down by only 30 minutes would be more impactful for the time the kids are getting out of school. Still storms draped up into the Smokies and far northeast Tennessee between 2:30 and 3:30. And then really from that point forward, it's isolated rain and storms left over for the evening commute. As the clouds are still layered up, we'll have some fog develop. Notice still a couple of showers and storms 10 to 11 p.m. and then that'll wind down and we'll have a few showers left over by tomorrow morning as the last bit of this leaves. So the bulk of this rainfall is in that midday time frame, that main line in the rain forecast where you live. You can see how that adds up to a good streak of a ½ an inch to an inch in these blues. Purples here, an isolated 1.5 to 2+ inches. So that's where we get these spikes up. So parts of Knox County, Blount, Loudoun County catching some of that heavy rain, cutting across Roane and Anderson into parts of Knox. Really some heavier rain coming through Cumberland and Fentress County and Morgan County, cutting across Scott to Campbell. There's Union and Claiborne County as well. Get a couple of those downpours through southeastern Kentucky, pooling up right here at the Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia corner, up into Tazewell area and Sneedville, and up into the mountaintops as well, some heavy rain, which then would be flowing downhill and downstream. So really for your Tuesday planner, we can start out spotty, go up to that 80% coverage late morning to early afternoon, high 86, comes back down to 82 in the afternoon. So we'll have temperatures knocked around a bit this afternoon after that line of storms, but then the humidity gets knocked down. That's the good news. It is a cold front, but what we benefit from really is lower humidity, so that gives us more cooling room the next couple of mornings. Still hot afternoons, but it also limits our rainfall potential until the humidity starts climbing back up Friday into the weekend. Then we'll get back to some spotty rain and storms going into early next week. We're looking at some scattered storms around Labor Day as well.